Let's talk a little bit about speaker wire and interconnect wire. The first thing we see is Romex up here at the top. Romex is your standard house wiring. Notice it has three conductors. A center conductor, which is a ground. You have a white conductor and a black conductor. Generally we use the white for the right channel, we use the black for the left channel, and we use the ground here for ground, or the negative connection, for both the left and the right channel. Now that only works if your amplifier works against a common ground, and that's easy enough to figure out with an ohm meter. Also, you need to understand that Romex is not to be used for just regular speakers in the same room. We only use Romex for extremely long runs, and admittedly it's not the best way to go that in terms of high fidelity, but for background music it's probably one of the most cost-effective and easiest types of wire to install. Again, at the installation or in the room where the auxiliary speakers would be, you would have a volume control either made by Mortronics or by Niles Audio to control the volume of the speaker in the room. The second type of wire we see here is a high quality speaker wire. This would go from the amplifier to the set of speakers in a given room. If you can afford it, it would be great to run this to your auxiliary speakers in other rooms, but this stuff is rather expensive. It's a high gauge, that is a rather large conductor. It's Litz wire, that is it's woven in the Litz configuration, and it's oxygen-free copper. Now note that it is polarized, that is, while they're both clear plastic, both conductors, notice this one has some writing on it. And it's important that you keep your positive hooked up to your positive, that is positive on the amplifier and positive on the speaker, as well as negative to negative in a given speaker configuration. If you don't, you'll get something called phase reversal on one side. That is a form of distortion. Many of the small ghetto blasters have something called wide stereo, and that's actually what they do, is simply reverse the phase on one speaker so that you get a more spatial sounding music. However, it is distortion. It's not audiophile quality. The third type of wire we look at here is just standard lamp cord, and that's what many people will try to give you for speaker wire. It is adequate. That's all I can say for it. Now you can buy speaker wire that looks very similar to this. It might have the clear insulation. However, it's nothing more than lamp cord in most cases. Now sometimes they'll make something of this diameter with oxygen-free copper that's a very good wire. Again, it's more than adequate. It'll do the job. But in buying wire, it's best to stay with the name brands. Many times your off brands will look like name brands, but they will not perform like name brands, so you're paying something less than a premium price for a standard operation device. So stick with the brand names like Monster Cable, Music Line, Straight Wire, and so forth.